Okay, I want to show you how to create time remapping on individual controls with the help of automation blocks. So in this case here, I've got an animation prepared. This smiley here moves into different poses. You can see here from the default pose it moves to the neutral one. And then here it moves from the default pose to a sad one, and here to an angry one. And we want to like play all those animations maybe several times by time remapping. And the interesting thing is we are not time remapping by pre-composing or so, but we are doing it actually on these properties. It's all happening on this layer. And you will very easily be able to say like, here I want to go to the angry pose, here I want to go to the sad pose, and so on. So, and you can repeat this easily. How is this working? You first need to select all the properties to which you applied your keyframes. So maybe it's easy to just do it like this. Now I've got all these properties selected. And this does not just work for path keyframes, but really for any keyframes. And then we use this time remap selected properties with multiple animations. Multiple, because I've got these ranges here defined with these markers. So this is how you need to set it up for the multiple one. The other one will just behave like you had one animation and consider the animation to start at the first and end at the last keyframe. But we go here for the advanced one with multiple animations, and I run the script. It asks me for the names of two sliders that it wants to create, and let's just keep those as the default. And now we have these slider effects here, and this is now how you control the entire animation just with this animation index, which says which animation do you want to play currently. This can be 1, 2, or 3. Yeah? So by default it's at 1, and the other one is the time remap slider, which is like the progress within this animation. So if you say I want to actually here start my animation, so I set a keyframe and I want to be into the pose, this means 50% of the animation here, so I set it to 50. Then I want to stay in that pose, so I set another keyframe here, and now I want to go out of that pose again, 0. Now it goes from here to the neutral pose and goes back here. Why is it choosing the neutral one? Because our animation index is currently set to 1, which means it takes this animation from here. Okay, if you say no, I want animation number 2, so you drag this slider to make it 2, and for the entire range now it goes to the sad pose, or if we set it to 3, it will go to the angry pose. And if you wanted to switch in between, like here you want to abruptly change to animation number 1, so you set here a keyframe with 1, and you can see up to here it used the angry pose, and here it's now switching to the neutral one. So in other words, here you choose the progress, how much of the animation, or at what frame of the animation you want to be, between 0 and 100, and here's the animation you want to see. And all you need to set this up is really set up these markers here. The labels are optional, but they help you to understand better what's going on. And keyframe your properties, and then run the script which sets this all up for you. Another cool thing is if you run the script a second time, it will only create these sliders if they are not existing on the layer yet. This means if you decide to add details later, add more keyframe properties, you can just select all of them again and run the script again, and it will connect everything with expressions to these sliders, but don't create a second instance of those. Okay, that's time remapping properties with automation blocks. And as with all automation block scripts, you cannot just use these scripts as is. You can also dive into the code here, see exactly what's happening, and this is the entire code for this script here that you can customize however you like.